Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're with the Maytag wash and dryer set, but today we're gonna do a cycle on the Maytag gas dryer. Like in the previous video, I did a year startup once the cycle on the washer was completed with the towels load earlier today, but this time we're going to do a delicate dry. So I am going to do the automatic dry with low heat. Well, wait, before I get to that, let's go do it. So this is a 7.3 cubic foot dryer. The model number is MGD. So MGD C400VW. And we're going to be drying this load right here. So it's just simple. Put it in. Close it. Make sure the lint filter's clean. I already cleaned it out before we start the video. We are going to do I think we should do a energy preferred dry. Or maybe I don't want it to be very long, so I might do between if I can. I'm going to do less dry. Yeah, pretty much. I'll do less dry. You know what? I'm having trouble with the sign. Less dry? Yeah, it's a small load. Let's go ahead and start. Okay. So, hope you guys enjoyed the sound of the Maytag gas dryer. It is very quiet. And that's the sound of the fire going as the dryer is heating up. I mean, gas dryers are really cool to watch as they dry, because I've dried my clothes in electric dryers, and this one's a gas, so they're very interesting. I mean, I prefer gas dryers better because they do dry faster and heat up faster. So, the motor on this dryer is very quiet. Like when I started it, you probably heard a small buzzing. That's because that's the motor powering up. Since this is a old school gas dryer from the early 2000s, I believe that's it. This, like I said in the washer video, it has very high quality parts. Like the dryer has a very high quality motor, but it's very quiet. That's why this dryer lasted a very long time. I mean, I don't own this dryer, but now that I'm seeing how it runs, it is very cool to watch. I mean, I already learned about how it works already. Like, it'll start tumbling, and then the fire will come, and then it'll heat up. Then after a few more minutes, fire will blow again, and until it's done. But this end of cycle signal, which is right here on this drop, which is right here, I have it on off because if you have it on, it will make a buzzing noise, and it is very loud. I mean, yeah, totally, a quiet dryer, but a very loud end of cycle signal. it is, because of how old the dryer it is kind of making some thumping noises, but they're not too loud. Yeah, I kind of hear it a little bit. Noises. Yeah. This dryer is very good for an old school dryer. I actually kind of like it more than the washer a little bit. This would personally be a dryer I buy because, see, that's the blower again, putting in some more heat, because the cycle that I put it on for automatic dry, it's a low heat dry, because they're like, you cannot, there's no temperature knob, like there's no temperature knob for the heat, so you, depending on what setting you put it on, it's going to choose a heat for you. And again, like I explained in some of the washer videos, the knob, depending on what cycle I select, it's going to go from whatever I selected, and the knob will move and it'll cool down until it turns off. But if you select the automatic dry with high heat, it is going to, you can choose these, but then it will do a wrinkle prevent, which means that it will do an extra time of tumbling for who knows. But it is a very nice feature in how it has a wrinkle prevent to prevent wrinkles. See, that's a blower again. That's probably the third time it did that, if I'm wrong. Right. I mean, I'm fine if you don't believe me if I said this is the third time, which I think it's the third time. But like I said, that's okay if you don't believe me. Yeah, that is probably the second time I've done that. So how it works is that with the it is so it's going to do a regular dry, just one of these. So means you can put it on whichever one you want. I mean, this is my first time using an old school washer and dryer. But what I've learned so far is that it will do one of these cycles, and then it'll cool down, then turn off. But if you do it on automatic dry with high heat, it's going to do this and do a wrinkle prevent. This is just like a sound of it and a review of it as I show you how it works. I mean, this thing is probably like in its 20s. Okay, that's probably the third time it is adding a little bit more heat, because gas dryers actually add more heat, like they do it a couple of times once in a while it's running, versus an electric dryer. It probably just heats up and then doesn't heat up. and it just keeps on running, and when the heat comes in, the dryer will just keep tumbling, and the clothes will just be in the heat for a while. I mean, even with this dryer, I think the knobs go very slowly since they're mechanical. Yeah. So when this dryer is very cool to film. I mean, I'm probably going to find others around here, but they probably won't be as cool as this one. Because again, like I explained in the washer video, these old school washers and dryers have a different working style. Or they probably have some similar things like some of the newer top loaders. But, you know, they kind of have something similar to each other. Okay. It's the fourth time it's doing that now. I mean, yeah. Every once in a while, you know, it heats up and then tumbles for a few minutes, and then does the same thing until it reaches the end of the cycle. But also, they kind of take a very long time to dry. These, I mean, so the knob turns very slowly as the cycle goes on. And let me see, once it reaches over here, once this gets over here, which I think it already kind of is, it's going to do a little bit of a cool down. Since I put it on less dry, it should probably dry for like 20 minutes, something like that. So what I think is that for the drying levels on this dryer, so very dry would probably be 40 minutes, energy preferred would be 30, and less dry would be 20 minutes. I mean, that's what I believe for the cycle times on this dryer, since this is not digital. I mean, this is a very nice dryer to look at. Very nice old school one.